Michael here, back for a massive week in LEGO news, including epic summer Star Wars sets, with Thrawn, Kestis, and Jedi Bob. Bricklink Designer Program Series 1 sets revealed. LEGO Icons Kingfisher. Ninjago City returns, and can we finally be getting LEGO Shrek? And don't forget to check out the latest episode of my LEGO Masters recap podcast, TalkBricks Masters. This week I sit down with Season 4 contestants, Nina and Sam, for their post-season deep dive. And you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more using the links below. And I'll kick off another round of the weekly giveaway. Just subscribe and leave a comment about this week's news. And of course, I'm back with LEGO deals from Amazon and across the web, so if you want to pick anything up to support the channel, there's links in the description below. First, from LEGO Marvel, King Namor's throne room is 46% off, and the endgame final battle is 39% off. Next up, the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar is 36% off, the Avengers one is 27% off, and the Harry Potter one 24% off. The LEGO City Stunts Blade Challenge is 37% off, and the LEGO Creator Main Street is 29% off. And two of the new LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog sets are 20% off. Over at Walmart, the Star Wars UCS XWing is 17% off. The LEGO Super Mario Bowser's Airship is 25% off. The LEGO Ideas Grand Piano is 13% off. Plus, the LEGO Minecraft Pumpkin Farm is 36% off. Over at LEGO, you can get the free retro food truck with purchases over $190. And don't forget, all the January 1st releases are now available, so if you want to pick up any of these sets and deals and support the channel, there's links to everything in the description below. Next in LEGO Star Wars news, we got the details about all the upcoming summer sets, including the epic return of Jedi Bob. While we've gotten many previous versions, this next $170 Millennium Falcon is back with a huge twist, as this version will feature a dark design, likely part of the upcoming Star Wars Dark Side line. The price point is the same as the version we got from Episode 9, so I imagine it will be a similar size and scale. But the figures are the huge surprise, as first up we're getting an all-white version of Darth Vader, similar to the Infinities version that we've gotten from other toy lines. Next, we'll also be getting a version of Dark Rey like we saw in Rise of Skywalker. We'll also be getting a Dark C-3PO who's said to have red eyes and a black arm, similar to this sequence from the films. Next, we've got evil Chewbacca, but I'm hoping it's just Black Chrysanthemum from Book of Boba Fett. Finally, in addition to one more figure, it said we'll get a Gungan in a blue outfit, leading many to think we could be finally getting Darth Jar Jar. Next up, we've got Escape from the Sarlac Pit, retailing for $90 with 558 pieces. This higher price point leads me to think we could be getting a far more substantial desert skiff scene than we've gotten before. And similarly, I'd expect a far more impressive Sarlac. And the fact that we're getting this expensive version of this scene leads a lot of credence to the rumors of the upcoming UCS sail barge, as this will make the perfect companion set to the UCS version coming in May. Included, we'll be getting a new Luke, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Lando Calrissian, Boba Fett, which is the same from the recent mech, and a Weequay. Next up, Jedi Bob is back. We haven't seen since the 2002 gunship where he was the unnamed Jedi Knight. This time, Jedi Bob's getting his own Starfighter with 310 pieces, retailing for $40. And I have to imagine his ship will look like previous Jedi Starfighters we've gotten. But overall, it's just exciting that he'll be back with the original yellow skin tone and include an additional minifigure. Next, from the Ahsoka show, we're getting the Battle of Peridia with 382 pieces, retailing for $50. While we don't know much about the build, included we will get a minifigure of Ahsoka in the white outfit from the end of the series. Next, we'll also be getting a new version of Ezra Bridger, and finally a new Grand Admiral Thrawn updated to his look from the series. Next up, we've got Thrawn's Captain of the Guard, Enoch, and I'm hoping there's a new helmet here. And finally, we've got Morgan Elsbeth with a new face, likely post her transformation. Next, we'll be getting a brand new Sith Infiltrator with 640 pieces, retailing for $70 in May. It's great to be getting a new version of this iconic ship, especially one at a cheaper price point than the $90 of the previous version. The minifigures are similar to the 2011 version with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Padme Amidala, and Captain Panaka. Next, previously we talked about the 20th anniversary special minifigures, and we now know of two more. First up, we're going to be getting a Kestis minifigure from the Star Wars Jedi video games. And we'll also be getting a young Leia minifigure like we saw in the Kenobi series. And each of these will be available in new sets that have really yet to be revealed. Next up, we're getting X-Wing versus TIE Fighter with 1,058 pieces, retailing for $110. While this new version costs $15 more than the previous two sets, it does include 150 more pieces. And you'll be able to swap the wings of the two vehicles. Include will have pilots for the TIE Fighter, and X-Wing, an astromech droid, and two other figures. Next up, we're getting a buildable C-3PO with 1,132 pieces, retailing for $150. This seems to coincide well with the rumored R2-D2 set, which will be $100, so they should scale well together. And it said this will include a C-3PO minifigure like one we've gotten before. Next, in Ninjago news, it turns out Ninjago City's coming back, but in a different form. Thanks to Dylan Chow, we got our first look at the Micro Ninjago City. This Micro Ninjago City set is a really fun idea, and it reminds me of the mini modular buildings they used to do. And comparing the new set to the original, it's really interesting how they scale down all the iconic elements, as you can really see so many represented. And this will actually be a series of 4 with micro versions of Ninjago City Docks, Ninjago City Gardens, and the newer Ninjago City Markets, which will all combine like the original sets. So far, this is available in China as an insider reward for 6,500 points. And these rewards will be available available in each of the quarters of the year, but that also means you'll need 26,000 points to get them all. Putting that in perspective, 6,500 points would have gotten you all the VIP coins and the collectible case. And for 3,400 points less than 2 of these sets, you would be able to get all 4 of the Adventure Ride sets. And all 4 of these sets will cost 11,000 less points than the most expensive reward, which was the Bat Pod when VIP first launched. Not to mention you'd have to spend $4,000 on LEGO to earn that many points. But with that said, nothing's been announced for the US yet, so I'm hoping it's going to turn out to be cheaper here. But as always, we're going to have to wait and see. Next up this week, we also got the reveal of the LEGO Icons Kingfisher with 834 pieces retailing for $50 on February 1st. This sculptural build for the Kingfisher looks really nice in a unique color scheme. Here we can see the head of the bird with a fish in its mouth, and the base looks great with that water splash effect. From the back, we can see the unique build for the cattails, and the unique build of the wings. While this build certainly won't be for everyone, it does make a really unique display, and I think it's well priced. Next up in Bricklink Designer Program news, we finally got the pricing and final builds for the sets coming for Series 1. The Mountain Fortress will be $380, but it's quite a large and substantial build, something akin to the Lion Knight's castle. There's great exterior detailing, but also a full fold-out interior to play inside. The Parisian Street will be $320, and it has that really nice quaint European feel with all the great restaurants and shops. Plus it has a dollhouse-like open back so you can see all the interior details and some of the apartments upstairs. The old train engine shed will be $230, and it has a really nice exterior with a train track on the outside. And the shed opens up so you can put a train in there to do some additional maintenance. Next, the general store will be $160, and this Western-themed build has so much personality. The roof lifts off to reveal the interior, and there's a covered wagon with 2 horses. And finally, the snack shack will be $50, and it looks really nice with the opening front window as well as the back, which totally opens up to reveal the densely packed interior. Pre-orders begin on February 7th at 8 a.m. Pacific, and they've upped the production run this time to up to 30,000 units. Just as with previous series, the builds are really amazing, but the prices are quite high, so I'll have to see which ones tempt me on the day. Next in LEGO Ideas news, there were 42 projects to qualify for the 3rd 2023 review. With so many amazing projects included in each review, it's always hard to determine which ones will get chosen, and I'm often partial to some of the licensed properties that I've been dying to see in LEGO. Out of the projects here, I'm really interested in the Wreck-It Ralph project, the Forest Base, and the Simpsons Krusty Burger. While we'll sadly have to wait till summer 2024 to find the results for this review, our next review results will be coming up here in early 2024. And speaking of LEGO Ideas, there were 7 more projects hit 10,000 supporters on the platform this week, so let's break them all down. First up, we've got DreamWorks' Shrek Swamp 2 by fellow YouTuber Ashenflash. This design might look familiar as it's its 2nd time hitting 10,000 on the platform, and for good reason, as the build and figures look great, and this one shot back to 10K incredibly quickly. Next up, we've got Appa the Sky Bison from Avatar: The Last Airbender. The design for this unique creature turned out amazing, and it comes with a lot of your favorite characters from the show, but as we've seen projects similar to this get rejected multiple times, I'm curious how it'll do. Next up, we've got Spirited Away. Based on the Studio Ghibli classic, this ornate bathhouse building turned out awesome, and there's so many different areas and characters to recreate memorable moments from the film. But as this project was previously rejected, I'm curious to see if it can make it through. Next up, we've got Minerals Display. This project is based off a previous one that had made it to 10K, and this one looks really stunning with all of its unique designs. But as we've seen multiple similar projects get rejected over the years, we'll have to see how this one does. Next up, we've got the Venus Flytrap. This one definitely reminds me of a lot of the Botanical Collection sets. And while this would make a nice display, the Flytrap was included in the Tiny Plant set, which could impact its chances. The next 2 projects actually snuck into that last review round. First up, we've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Here We Go Again. This build brings the book to life with amazing colors and details. I think this would make a really fun set, but as a previous version was rejected, we're gonna have to see how it'll do. And next, we've got the A-Team Double Heat. This one depicts the classic TV show van in addition to Faceman sports car. While the builds look great, we have seen this van rejected in 2 previous rounds, so as for its chances this time, as always, we'll have to wait and see. So there you have it, an absolutely massive week in LEGO news with so much fun stuff coming this year. This summer Star Wars wave is so exciting with great sets, unbelievably surprising minifigures, and of course, Jedi Bob. And there's really something for everyone with Micro Ninjago City and the Kingfisher, not to mention all the exciting sets coming from the Bricklink Designer Program. Be sure to leave this video a thumbs up down below if you're as excited as me, and don't forget to subscribe because I'll be back next week with even more LEGO news. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think about all the stories? And which one are you most excited about? And now we've got this week's giveaway winner. Congratulations! And be sure to email me from the About page on my channel so we can coordinate about the prize. And if you want to enter this week's round, just leave me a comment about this week's news. You must be a subscriber to win. And definitely turn on notifications to find out when my next video is posted, because I'll be announcing the winners at the end of some of the videos. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks, and have a good one!